What's going on with the family? Spend a little time together again this evening. Get some more clarification of things happening in the world right now. Getting at a Hebrew perspective of the events of today. So just like I said, every day, more and more events. Shalom, shalom. More and more events are coming every single day to confirm the things that the Hebrew Israelites have been telling you guys for a very long time. So we're out here taking a little walk. Spend a little time with the family right now. Shalom, shalom. It's great seeing everyone. I said just kind of keeping the ball rolling right now with the way things are going. Giving an opportunity for us to come together. Kind of bounce some ideas that the Most High is putting in my head. I'm sure He's probably putting it in your heads as well. Beautiful. So shalom. It's great seeing everybody here. I had something that was kind of, when I was going to work this morning, Most High put some things in my head, and I was like, some ideas, some things I've already known. Probably aren't very popular thoughts to some people, but it don't matter. And my boy, brother the 12, sent me some scriptures with the Maccabees and went with exactly what the Most High had already put in my mind. So like I said, we know that the Spirit is working. The Spirit is, when he said she's working. She just confirms so many things. Before, when you first started happening, you start to think that it was that's just a coincidence. That's just a coincidence. And what? It's not a coincidence. We know to expect these things now. I said we learn to expect confirmation from the Father through the Holy Spirit. And like I said, and that's something that we've always had. We've always had that Spirit. We've always had that Spirit with us since we were, since we were here, since we were born, since we came here. We've had that Spirit. And she's been, instructing us even before this awakening. And now it's just gone in overdrive now that we've been awakened. Just like many things, it's about your intentions, and it's also about belief. I said, what are your intentions? Like when you want certain things, when you're praying about certain things, what are your intentions? Are you doing things for selfish motives? The Most High knows. Are you doing things just for yourself? The Most High knows. I said, when you see these miracles happening, do you really believe it? Do you really believe that the Most High is in charge? I said, I learned to expect many of these things. I said, because I've seen the Most High doing so many wonderful things in my life, that I've come to expect the Most High to intervene. I've come to expect the Most High to fulfill His word, but we've been, I said, through society, the society has been set up to keep us in disbelief, to keep us from chasing the Father, to keep us, from chasing the Most High through wherever He decides He wants to take us, And they've always done their best to control and compartmentalize everything that we do, everything that we accept, And I said, even with this awakening, even with the books you read, I've always told people to read for themselves. I've never told people, hey, listen to everything that I say is the gospel, and don't study and don't read, just trust what I say. I've never been that kind of a person. I said, I've always encouraged everyone to read and to study for themselves, And in that last video I did yesterday, talking about the New Testament being doctored and being pretty much doctored up in order for you to put your faith in man, put your faith in a church. You can call it whatever you want. You want to call it a church, you want to call it a man, you want to call it an institution. That's exactly what they've done. I said that's exactly what they've done. You put your faith in a man, and it's like, if you read for yourself, there's something wrong with you. If you read, how many times have we read and studied stuff, and we try to tell people what we've read and studied, and they act like you got 4 eyes, like you got 2 noses, like you just absolutely crazy. You just something that they've never seen before. And another thing, so I've already thought about this. I've talked about this before in a couple of videos, but years ago, about another manipulation of the church. And I'll just wait for a few more people to kind of come in, and we'll kind of get into that. I said manipulation of the Priest of Mahan Church. I said what they set up white Jesus for. I said they set it up. Man, I said white Jesus has done a number on our people. People don't want to hear it, and like I said, and that's okay. And this point, we're gonna put it out there. We're gonna put it out there. If they hear it, they hear it. If they accept it, cool. If they don't, that's on them. But at least they're gonna have the opportunity to hear it. They're gonna have the opportunity to hear it. I was sitting there listening to the Prepper guys again, talking about how America is like a lot of people weren't reporting on it, but I guess America is getting ready to abandon the embassy in China. And they're moving, just getting nuclear weapons ready in Russia. I said, so like every day, like I said, just more and more confirmation. Some people are still acting like, nothing's going to happen. But you know what? I said, even if nothing was to happen, people's, their confidence in this system is being shown to be wavering. I said, this is, like I said, the most movement of military equipment since World War II. You see they're moving all this stuff just to go put it back. They're going to pull out all their toys, line them up in a nice little row, and then just say, oh, man, we were just joking, and put everything back. And hey, you guys go ahead and come on over here right next to us and set your missiles up right next to us. That's cool. We're not going to do anything about that. You really think that's what's going to happen right now? I said, the Most High has other plans. And the thing is that this is why we need to keep coming together, fellowshipping, praying together. I said, because this is the true church. This is the true called out elect. These are the true people that have been called out. And when we come together, and when we're praying to our Father, we're praying to our power, and we're working together in unison, that's when things get done. You see what I'm saying? And why do you think it's always been so important for them to keep us always fighting, bickering, and arguing about everything? Because they know that once, they don't take very many of us, but once we start to cry out to our Father, there's gonna be action. Once we're out of the curses, and the Father's, we're out of the curses, and once we're, the Most High's turned His face back to us, once that happens, they already know what's going to happen. They already know what's up. And see, I wanted to talk a little bit about the story of Dinah and Jasher, okay? Because this is one thing I said with these churches. This is how they've manipulated, the game right now. They always talk about us having to follow the 10 Commandments and stuff like that. When in the hell have the Gentiles followed the 10 Commandments? Especially when it comes to the Israelites. When in the hell have they ever followed the 10 Commandments when it comes to, how their treatment of the Most High's chosen people? See, they use that for us to treat them the right way. You see what I'm saying? They've used that for us, for us to treat them correctly, for us to forgive them. It's all about forgiving and love. But they've never been forgiving to us. They've never showed us love. They murder us out in the streets. They've coveted our lands. They coveted our labor. They coveted our women. They coveted our children. They coveted our resources, right? So when they talk about, love and, and living, taking care of your neighbor, loving thy neighbor as thyself, and everything else. When have they ever put that into practice? Never. Never, right? They steal everything. I said they've stolen us as a people. They've stolen our lands. They've stolen our heritage. They've stolen our culture. Everything, right? So when they talk about all that, about following the laws, they don't follow the feast days. They don't follow, the dietary law. They don't follow absolutely anything that has to do with the Bible. They pretty much do the opposite, right? So who are they really trying to get to follow the Ten Commandments? They've always tried to get us to follow the Ten Commandments. See, the whole thing like with marriage. I'm like, I'm sorry. Our culture is not one man, one wife. Sometimes, depending on the individual, it's one man, one wife. Sometimes it's multiple wives, right? Okay. Now, they push that because they push that one man, one wife because they knew after slavery, all these women were going with Jake. And they already know that if that happens, they were going to get bred out of existence. Okay? So they say, oh, well, we're going to set this church up so that, oh, no, it's just like this. It's one man, one wife. But hold on. Y'all say that. But what do you guys do? You were raping our women. You had your wife in the house. You sneak out to the field. You sneak out to our homes. You would go and find, for example, my wife, and you go and sleep with her in front of me. How in the hell is that following the Ten Commandments? How is that respecting another man, respecting his wife, respecting his? You go out there and have sex with my daughter. You go to sex with my son. You guys are doing all this stuff, right? So you guys have not followed absolutely any of the commandments whatsoever. You guys defiled us by making us eat all of the crap that you guys knew we weren't supposed to eat. You guys have done all these things to defile the Most High's chosen people, right? But then when it's time for us to awaken, y'all well, I'm not going to help you. I'm going to help everybody else but you. And you don't hear a word from these churches. You don't hear a word about this at all. And see, these people have walked around thinking that, oh, I don't got to pay for anything to happen to you guys. You guys got to pull up everything by your bootstraps. This, and that. I'm like, I said, the church has really messed you guys up. I said, because see, you think that you can just skip over Israel and help everybody else and everything's going to be cool. You see what I'm saying? I said, the church has got you guys all messed up. I said, it's always been about Israel. It's always been about how you've treated Israel. Now, see, you've cursed us. You defiled us as a nation. You defiled our people. You defiled our women. You defiled our children. You don't follow any of the commandments, but you want us to follow them when it is talking about you. You see what I'm saying? I crack up with that. Even with marriages, people are like, oh, you got to respect these marriages. I'm like, hold on. Did you get married according to the will of the Most High? Or did you get married according to the will of the abominable church? Did you get married under the abominable church? Did you make a covenant with the abominable church? So do you think then that the Most High condones these kind of marriages? Because we weren't supposed to marry outside of our people. Y'all, but you guys made it so that we could marry anybody we wanted. Because you took all of our culture away, all our traditions away, so we had no idea that that's how it's supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? So do you think the Most High really is condoning all of these things that you guys have made us do under the abominable church? Just certain things, you just kind of run through your mind and think about and things like that. And so it's you go through your whole life, you think that you've done things the right way because the churches have told you, oh, if you go and you get married and you marry this one woman and you have kids and you raise them up and you bring them to church every day and, or every week and once a week and, you do the communions and the catechisms and all that stuff. And, oh, Johnny, he was a great citizen. He did really, really well. And this, and that. And then you die and you go to the Most High and he's like, what the hell were you doing down there? Oh, I was doing everything the church told me what to do. Church told me I did a great job. Yeah, I mean, did you not see my funeral? You see all the people that came to my funeral? They said that, man, Johnny was an awesome person, this, and that. He said, well, I don't know who you were serving, because you sure as hell weren't serving me. I said, who were you serving down there? Well, that's what the church told me. Well, that was the abominable church who lied to you about absolutely everything. So many people think that they're doing the right thing. Oh yeah, man, hey, I sent my check to the church and they said they sent some money to Africa. The hell you guys complaining about? My money went to Africa. I've been helping out all the people over in Africa the whole time. So what do you see? That's how this church done screwed you over, because you helping everybody else, but you ignoring the Israelites. You're ignoring the Israelites. And see, the Israelites are now telling you, hey, this is what's happening right now. I said, these are the people you're supposed to be, we're telling you, we're the ones you're supposed to be listening to. We're the ones you're supposed to be supporting. And y'all like, nah, my church said I don't have to do that. My church said y'all crazy. My church said you guys were a hate organization or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all as bad as a Ku Klux Klan. I'm like, really? Oh, okay. And you believe them, right? They also tell you that Santa Claus is real and white Jesus came and died for your sins. And they also told you that you're going to be raptured away after all this stuff gets ready to happen, right? Which, hey, you believe what you want to believe, okay? But, you see, with the scriptures, we're going to talk about the story of Dinah. Because I said, this is what you guys you guys don't understand, okay? The Most High is not playing. The Most High is about his people. And the Most High is about when you wrong his people, even when it's maybe just one person, there is going to be an absolute hell to pay. See, I know my brothers and sisters here already know, not Deanna, Dinah. It's in the story of book of Jasher, okay? Jasher, okay? Dinah, one of the daughters, okay, of Jacob. Yeah, right there we go. One of the Hamites, one of the cities, saw how beautiful she was, wanted to have her, took her, raped her, got what he wanted, okay? And then after the fact, he's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to make this right. I'm going to go and I'm going to try to marry her. Now I'm going to go talk to the father after the fact, right? Okay. And the dad was kind of like trying to work things out. The brother's like, hell no. You ain't getting away with doing that to my sister. So, they made up a plan. They made like all the men go and get circumcised. And while they were weak, I want to say it was Simeon and Levi, right? Simeon and Levi went in, busted up the whole city. They took down the entire city, right? All because, hey, they raped, their sister. Now, think about this. The Most High gave those two brothers the power to go and destroy the entire city. I mean, the Gentiles are here. I think you need to understand this. The God that you think is all love and is just going to forgive everything you guys have done to us gave just two, not all 12 of them, which has still been a crazy feat. Yeah, just two of them, enough power to go, and they just tore the whole place apart. So see, it wasn't that they just raped anybody. They raped one of the daughters of Israel. Dude was even trying to make it right after the fact. He's like, oh, okay, how would I make this right? Oh yeah, hey, why don't all your men go ahead and go get circumcised? Okay, I'll do that. All right, that's cool. Can I then go ahead and legitimize this whole situation? Oh yeah, that's cool. And they were already scheming. Man, as soon as these guys get this procedure done, I said, it's going to be on. They didn't even, I said, so Most High said, all right. He delivered the whole city to them. And I said, they destroyed the whole city. Took kids, took women, took them back to the crib. That was the booty of taking over the whole city. Right? Okay, so What do you think is about to happen now? You guys have been destroying our people for 400 to 500 years. You think that, oh, I'm helping these Africans, so that should be good, right? I'm helping these East Indians, that should be good, right? I'm helping everybody else, but I'm damn sure not going to help Israel, right? Because Israel doesn't exist. Oh, Ish. Well, we give Ish, millions of dollars a day, so we should be cool, right? Wrong. You see, this is why they know that once we awaken and once we go back to our Father and we come back to our power and we come back to our traditions, it's game over. The whole Mr. Nice Guy, we can work everything out. Most High ain't dealing with that. He's not doing that. I said, he's giving you guys an opportunity right now to see the truth and to accept the truth. I said, this is why these kind of stories didn't make it into your Bible. These are the kinds of stories that did not get approved by the abominable church, because they don't want you guys to realize that it's not how many people you screw over, it's who you're screwing over. It's not like, he gets pissed off because you go and screw over some other Gentiles. He get more pissed off when you screw around with his children. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, so not only, the story does continue with Dina and the brothers. They're like, okay, well, you know what? These other cities are probably going to come together and probably try to attack us. I know that Jacob was all, kind of worried. And the brother's like, you know what? Get your shit. Get together. Gird up your loins. Get your weapons. Let's go to the next city. These brothers then continue to go from city to city, going roughshod on everybody. Just destroying everybody. You guys all know the story, right? Right? I said, these guys are just going from city to city, just scaling walls, destroying cities, just 100,000 people just getting smoked. All because they raped one woman. They raped the sister. Right? I said, these dudes were going, if you haven't read the story, go to Jasher, look it up on the internet, try to find it somewhere, and read it yourself. You know what I'm saying? I said, you guys have no clue how our Father works. I said, and the fact that you guys seem to think that, oh yeah, things are gonna go back to normal. This is not, there's hell to pay. There's absolute hell to pay right now. I said, this is a story of just one woman, one of our sisters, getting raped, dudes trying to make it right after the fact. And, and that was it. Most High gave our people the power to just go, and like I said, it was no joke. They were just going in and just destroying these people. Then that's not even the end of the story. Then it gets to the point where all the other Hamitic groups were like, you know what? We all need to come together. So they all made an alliance. And they all showed up. Some of my favorite parts, in Jasher, where they all showed up. There's hundreds, I wanted to say they said there was like 600,000 of them showing up, thinking they were going to do something against the Israelites. And I want to say there was only like 100 with the Israelites. There was like the 12 brothers, and like I said, some of their servants that were there with them. There was only like 100 of them. And their advisors came and said, you know what? You already know that if their power is with them, there's absolutely nothing you can do. So I said, you have 600,000, you can have 60 million. It don't matter. I said, because if their power is with them, says you're not coming to fight against these feeble 100 people that you see in front of you. You're coming to fight against their power. And all of you are coming here to get destroyed this very day. So I would suggest you take your stuff, you take your weapons, you take all your people, and take your asses back home. Because you ain't going to have no victory against the Israelites. Because you're not going to be able to defeat their power. So now you start to think about these churches. Now you start to realize why our New Testament was written in such a way to make us a very docile people. we're already a very loving people as it is. I said, but then they were just making, but they wrote the Bible, oh, just love your enemies, everything's going to be okay, follow the commandments, this and that. All the while, these people have not been following our commandments whatsoever. They don't want to follow any of them, especially when it comes to us. Especially when it comes to the Most High's chosen people. They have no love for us whatsoever, no sense of fairness whatsoever, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely nothing. So like I said, so when we were going over like stuff about the New Testament and the changes and the things that they've done to the New Testament and stuff like that, I said, and you got to wonder why it was they made these changes, the things that they've set up, I said, and why they've done the things that they've done, why it was important for them to set things up like that, I said, I said, the church has been set up to pretty much just destroy us, to keep us away from our heritage, keep us away from our people, keep us, from wanting revenge. It's like, they're acting like the fact that we want restitution and retribution is a bad thing, even though that's what they set up all their movies for. All their movies are all about retribution. Pull yourself back up and, and go at it again. This and that. But not you Israelites, though. You Israelites just keep taking it. Don't ever want, restitution, retribution. Yeah, that's not godly. Venus, Job's, we're not even getting into all that. I said, so, like I said, these churches and the way they've been set up, they manipulate everything. They manipulate absolutely everything, And like I said, even with this awakening, I said, they're still telling you, don't read, don't study, don't do anything for yourself. Let man teach you. I said, Brother D'Angelo did a great video talking about, are you going to follow man? Are you going to follow the Most High? I said, everyone here has a responsibility. When the churches, we're talking about having a relationship with the Most High. When you have to develop your personal relationship, how do you develop that when you let a man to dictate everything that you do? Dictate everything that's right and wrong. How in hell am I going to let the priest of Mahan priest teach me about morals? How in the hell are you going to have, these people who hate us, who've hidden everything from us, teach us about morals? Teach us about how our society is going to be set up. You see? I said it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. These churches have no morals whatsoever. They've never had any, especially when it comes to our people. See, within themselves, they treat each other morally. They work together with them, together. I said, but as far as like doing stuff for us, yeah, right. Psalms 83, that's what the churches work for. They work for each other but everything goes against the Israelites. But I wanted to share that this evening, I said, because, as these things heat up, as these things get worse and worse, see, they seem to think that, I don't know what the hell they're thinking anymore. Because I can't really justify, thinking that you're somehow going to get raptured away when you've just ignored, the 500 years of destruction of the people who've built up your entire society. So you don't hear these churches trying to break anything down. You don't hear them trying to, explain prophecy or whatever else, except for the same BS they've always said. And I said, they're all confederate against us. And I said, hey, everyone here has a responsibility at this point to be chasing after the Most High on their own. You can read what you want. You can study what you want. The Most High is going to give you that Holy Spirit, to lead you in what you read and what you study. And if it's not for you, you leave it. That's just how it is. And read what you're comfortable with. Read what the Most High has given you. Read, if you have certain attributes and things like that, study that. But don't sit here and think that you need to depend upon the priest of Mahan to tell you the truth. Because they're not going to tell you nothing. I said, they're not going to tell you who you are. I'm sorry. They don't even tell you who you are. And you're still going to listen to what the stuff they have to say. They still calling you African American. They're still just dismissing you, dismissing your struggle, dismissing the things that they've done to you. And then they have the nerve to tell you what you can and can't read. Have the nerve trying to tell you what you can and can't study. After they can't even tell you who you are. Or sorry, they won't tell you. So they're all Confederate against us. I learned something today, and I'm gonna make a video on it pretty soon, most high willing. Have any of you guys heard of the Royal Theban Library? Has anybody here heard of the Royal Theban Library? What you're gonna realize is, hey, YouTube is a beast. If I wanna know how to do something in my house, I can go to YouTube and punch it in, and there's some video to show me how to do it. If I want to do something on my car, I can punch it in, and I can usually find a video on how to do that. So pretty much almost anything you want, you can find a video on YouTube for, right? So I'm reading about this Royal Theban Library, and I go to YouTube. I'm like, hey, I want to check out a video real fast and see what I can, see if I can check it out. There's nothing on YouTube on this Royal Theban Library. I'm like, what the hell? There's like, no one's done like a video on this before. So then I just went to Google, put a Royal Theban Library, and one brother, I think from True Knowledge, had like a little excerpt about it, and it actually came from the book Stolen Legacy that I'm reading. I'm gonna bring some information out. But this library was even, I Googled it, you don't find much information on that either, was pretty much, I want to say, if not as grand, maybe even more grand than the Alexandrian Library. And these guys were getting this information from all these books. You're going to realize that the first teachers in these Greek universities that were actually in Egypt were Egyptians. The Egyptian priests had to be the teachers to the Greeks in their own colleges that they set up in Egypt when Alexander the Great came and took over. Theb, like Thebes, Theban, Theban, the Royal Theban Library. You might see a couple of pictures on Google Images, but as far as like the history and stuff like that, almost nothing. But you see, but we're supposed to trust these people to be telling us the truth, right? Just hiding everything. Hiding absolutely everything. I said it's disgusting. And to sit here and hear like, even people in the nation right now, just sit here and just ignore all this information and just, want to give these people a pass. Yeah, there we go. Royal Theban right there. Exactly. Royal Theban Library. I didn't find very much information. The fact that I couldn't even find a video on it and on YouTube is pretty crazy. I've had that happen a couple times with some of the stuff, but they hide absolutely everything. Hiding everything. It's just absolutely amazing. It's just, and that's why, I want to have the discussion. I said, we've allowed them to dictate, what's moral and like how we're going to be saying, if I follow the rules that they set up in a society, then, God's going to be happy with me. And it's like, yeah, your God, Satan. I said, that's the one that's going to be happy. I said, but our Father? I said, now, did it sound like the Most High, if he gave these two brothers the power to go in and pretty much destroy an entire city, kill all these men, take their wives as, spoils of war, their children, spoils of war, do whatever you want. I said, doesn't sound like the God you guys be trying to, push. So it's like I said, so it's like these rules that they've set up for us, I said, apparently they only apply to us. Apparently these rules have never applied to them. I said they only try to make us follow the laws while they have a free pass to do whatever the hell they want. And they seem to think they never have to pay for anything. And that's why, they make you feel guilty Like if you don't do everything right, like they make you feel like, oh, I'm gonna go to hell because I didn't follow the cap. I did this wrong, or or I did that. Or I looked at this woman and oh my God, and I feel, what I'm saying, like all these things, and we're all conflicted all the time, and these people are just laughing because they don't give a crap. They do whatever the hell they want to do, and here we are trying our best to please their father by doing the things that they say. Like I said, just absolutely amazing to think about. The stuff that they've pushed, the stuff they still push, you know. Exactly. We're supposed to help out everybody else. We're supposed to be there for everybody else. We're supposed to be the ones going out of our way to make everybody feel comfortable. We don't want, hey, don't look too aggressive. Don't look too mean because, people don't feel comfortable around that. Be a nice guy. All this other BS. While they glorify killing, raping, robbing, and murdering our people and getting away with it. But that's exactly why the things are happening the way they're happening right now. I said that's exactly why the things are happening right now the way that they're happening. Because we've come to the end of the BS. Turn the other cheek, exactly, all that garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've come to the end of all that BS. I said the Most High is awakening us. And like I said, you have to have a totally different mindset at this point. You can't be so quick to believe anything that people tell you. I said, I'm sorry, but if you're not in this truth and you don't even admit who we are, I said, then how can I trust anything that you say? I said, that just shows that you're being confederate against us. You need nothing but, you just want to be confederate against the Most High's chosen people. You don't think that we deserve to have recompense. You don't seem to think that you guys ever have to pay for anything, but that's okay because you're not the Most High. And then that's exactly why, the things are happening the way they are. I said, you as far as like other nations, even the Hebrews and maybe the Israelites that are not awakened, you need to look at the books that you've been told not to read. You need to be looking at the information that you've been told they don't accept. See, they don't accept stories like the one about Dinah and the brothers because they don't want you to realize the fact that there's going to have to be hell to pay for what has happened to his people. That's why the whole, I will bless them that bless Israel, and I will curse them that curse them. You guys curse us every day because you refuse or you don't know who we are, but we're here to tell you who we are. We're showing you who we are. Some guy, one of the Gentiles, dude, he always attacks GMS or whatever else. He tries to come over here, oh, Big Judah with another, I don't know, prophecy, something stupid. And I was like, oh, look, another Gentile who keeps running his mouth that we don't give a about. We don't care what you guys have to say anymore. And it's just funny, you guys still think that you guys need to keep coming over here and making comments. I'm like, dude, nobody here cares about what you guys say anymore. You guys lie about absolutely everything. And you seem to think that you trying to keep the lie going is cute. It's not. It's not. We really don't care. As you can see, our power doesn't care about you either, because he's tearing down your whole facade, your whole matrix, piece by piece, and he's enjoying it. What did he say he's going to do in Proverbs? I'm going to laugh when your calamity comes. Why is he going to laugh? Because like I said, you guys have laughed at ours. You guys have been lying about everything. You've been watching us chase after our own tails. You've been watching us destroy our own communities. You've been watching how, we've struggled with everything, and you guys all know the truth, and you all sit there and just laugh about it. Y'all sit there and just laugh and think that it's a joke. But see, the joke's on you, because now the Father has awakened his people. Now you try to come in here and think that you make a comment and we're going to waste our time trying to break things down to you. Dude, we don't care. This is the wrong channel. Only people we're going to be worrying about are our own brothers and sisters that are here and the Gentiles that want to cleave and want to learn. The rest of you, I don't give a damn about. I could care less about. And that doesn't matter if you're Hebrew, if you're Israelite and you don't care, if you're a Gentile and you don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter. I said because the only people that are getting this at this point, as it always is, are the people that the Most High has chosen to awaken. That's it. I can't worry about everybody else. Fishers and hunters, exactly. I don't have time for that, and neither do the vast majority of the people that are here right now. Exactly, Pandora. I said so. You sit here and you just look, and they don't come often, but when they do, it's always the same kind of comments, and it's oh, you said this, or you said that. I'm like, bruh, I said, don't worry about what I said. There's 99% of the other channels will give you what you want. Why don't you go over there with them? They'll agree that we're all crazy and that we're all making all this stuff up. That's cool. Go ahead and go do that over there. But see, you guys keep coming back because you guys know it's vexing your spirit. It's vexing your spirit because you know what? We don't give a shit what you have to say. And it kills you because you're so used to us caring about your opinion. And we don't care. We used to care until we realized that you really don't care about us. Like I said, and so now, that's okay. You don't care, neither do we. Leave us alone, go do you. But you guys, you can't do that. You guys, you just can't leave us alone. And I know it's killing you because you're so used to us chasing after you. You're so used to us wanting your approval. And that's why we don't care. Other people want to say stuff about us too. We don't care. Go do you. You're not gonna get our energy. You're not gonna get our attention. You're like that spurned woman that still wants to have a relationship, but now we show that we don't care anymore, and it just kills you. You're not getting my attention. It's cool. I don't care how good you think you look. We don't care. Glenda, you don't know why I keep worrying about those people. I don't care about the Gentiles whatsoever. I said, I'm here to be a light to the ones who the Most High is awakening. I said, I'm here. I never said, hey, this is only for Israelites or hey, this is only for Gentiles. Whoever is here to listen, the Most High has brought them here. So nobody's worried about anyone in particular. We're worried about the ones that the Most High is awakening. And that goes with what you're seeing happening as far as I love seeing the other nations, running around with their heads cut off, running like chickens with their heads cut off, because that's how we did. That's what happened to us. I love seeing the shoe on the other foot. And I'm going to bring attention to it whenever I can. I said, because we have not seen that before. We've always seen the Gentiles always acting as if they have things under control. We've always had them, very confident that things are going to get better for them. And now that the Most High is showing them that that's not the case. Do you see a lot of other people talking about that? No. That's why that's our opportunity. And that's why the Most High has now raised us to make sure that they know that we know and that we see what our Father is doing. You don't think the Most High wants us to praise him as we see him fulfilling his covenant? You don't think that the Father wants to see us praising him and thanking him for bringing us back to him? That's all part of this. Us seeing him fulfilling his word that he promised to us. Us seeing our enemies downfall. And us seeing the fact that we are rising once again. That's all of this is playing out. All of this is playing out. And this is, like I said, so it really builds up our faith. So yeah, I kind of like it when the Gentiles come over and leave comments and we don't care and it bothers them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about worrying or whatever else. It's about glorifying in our Father, glorifying in the things that He is doing for us. See, when I watched Lovecraft Country, and they were going back to Black Wall Street, and I was just looking at how the people were, our people were happy, how they were working with each other, and how the other nations hated that. And they came in and destroyed that city. Now, not only did they destroy that city, they killed all these people. They buried the history. They buried all of that history, all of the things that they've done. How many cities have they done that to? How many of our people have they done that to? But you know what? When we finally found out about it later on, and I barely heard about that a few years ago, it was like, they know, and they're just laughing because they all got away with it. They killed all of our people, took over those lands, destroyed the city, and then they got a chance to just, they just handing that story down to their kids and laughing about how none of them had to pay for it, how we bombed, the American city here and did all these things to these people, and we all got away with it. But see, they thought they got away with it. But our Father is letting them know that you're not getting away with it. And when you're seeing the things that are happening, the events that are taking place every day, that's just more confirmation that they're not going to get away with it. And that's a beautiful thing for us. All of these great things that are happening right now are for the Most High's chosen people. And like I said, I'm so happy that the Most High has chosen me to be awakened at this time, has given me the opportunity, he's chosen to give me the opportunity to be able to chase after him at this time. I thank him for the opportunity to be a light to the nation. I thank him all the time to be a light to the chosen Gentiles that want to cleave to this truth. I thank him for the opportunity to be able to come and spend time with you as a family. Even when I'm tired and, wanted to chill and relax tonight, but the Most High is like, no. I says, come on out here, give the family an opportunity to come together, give the family opportunity to spend some time together. I said, sometimes, when you see things, it's okay to have anger, to be angry at times. When you're seeing things happening to our people and you see so many people not caring. That's something that they've always tried to, repress. Like, oh man, don't worry about that, man. Things are going to get better. Just pray about it. And, I said, it's okay for us to have emotions. It's okay for us to, have good days and bad days. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to be the same people all the time. I said, what is it? When you have the more wisdom you have, it makes a man mad. I said, the more knowledge you have, the more you know, the angry you can get at times. And I said, I think that that's okay. Holy indignation, exactly. I said, the most people I see that run around here happy all the time are ones that don't know shit. The ones that don't care, don't know anything, and are happy being oblivious and ignorant to everything that's happening around them. They go and watch movies and they have no idea that, the lessons that are being, portrayed in these movies, because they're just there for the entertainment value and that's it. I said, I'm not always upset. I said, but there are times, lies on top of lies. And then what makes it worse is all you people around here who know about all these lies. And you set up a church that makes us happy and content and just totally oblivious to our Father, to his will. I think they set up churches where you put your faith in man and you don't put your faith in the Most High. And I think that that's like one of the biggest, downfalls, pitfalls. And they do it in such a subtle way that people don't even realize it. And it's probably one of the biggest, atrocities that they could commit. The fact that we don't chase after the Most High. the fact that we put our faith, and we have before, in men to do everything for us. Putting our faith in these priests and Mahan pastors. And all they do is tell you what, they're all Confederate with, don't read, don't study, we'll do it for you. We're your God. We'll do everything for you. Yeah, a wise man hates oppression, exactly. When I learned about that Black Wall Street a few years ago, I was just absolutely amazed. I'm like, hold on. They all know about this? They knew about all this stuff? And no one's ever talked about it? What else do they know? What else have they done that they don't talk about? Exactly. Be in our face, Rosie, exactly, without a conscience. I say, I don't know. I just, because I have a conscience, I couldn't do stuff like that. But it shocked the hell out of me. And then to watch it in Lovecraft Country, when they do like little shows and things like that, and then they reenact certain things, and you see the kids, playing outside and living together and respect one another. And then, they just looked for any reason to burn it down. And they did all those horrible things and killed all the people. And they just got away with it. And and we said, we know that happens so much. But now I thank the Most High that, we've been living so many years and hundreds of years with no hope. So we lived so many years with no hope. You just imagine. I think about that. Because when I lost my vision, like I said, I'm relatively young. I couldn't imagine living another 20, 30 years like that. But just imagine, like, when you're a kid and you're in slavery, and this is as good as it's going to get. And if I'm 8, 9, 10 years old, and I have the rest of my life to live like this, no hope, no nothing. I said that's just it just wears on you to think about that kind of stuff. And that's so true. We do have that. We have a covenant. We have a conscience because we do have a covenant with the Most High. Trail of Tears, exactly. All of these stories. I said it's tough. And I'm very happy that we have an opportunity to come and talk about it, to come and share our thoughts about it, because we already know the vast majority of the world doesn't want to hear about our plight. They don't want to hear about the things that we've gone through. And they damn sure don't want to hear the fact that what they see coming right now is because of that. A black burial site under a parking lot in Staten Island. Yes, I heard about that. How many other burial sites have they got all over the place? So like I said, so now that the Most High, he's broken us away from the abominable church. We all have that opportunity to get that personal relationship with the Most High. And the only way you're going to develop that personal relationship is if you read, is if you study, is if you don't put your faith in a man to do everything for you. You don't put your faith in a woman to do everything for you. So you have responsibility. If you were dating someone, you would put forth effort in order to be able to date that person, in order to be able to build a relationship with that person. So why would you not think it would be the same with the Father? And I feel as if the more that we get this opportunity to build that relationship with the Most High, like I said, you're going to see Satan doing his best to say, hey, that's not the doctrine you were taught. The doctrine you were taught was to trust in man, to trust in the church, to trust in your pastor. You see what I'm saying? And you really got to, you really hear that now. You really hear that. You can hear the devil. No, you don't do that on your own. We'll do that for you. No, don't think for yourself. We'll do it for you. I said, but now you've been freed. You have that opportunity to chase the Most High. You get the opportunity to go read other books, get other sources of information in order for you to chase the Most High. Yeah, I love all Devil's Punch Bowl, Rosewood, exactly. We are no longer programmed, exactly, and that's it. So many people have been, and they love that programming. But everyone, the ones here, and it's and the thing is that we all have that opportunity now, to chase after the Most High. And I said, like Brother D'Angelo said, and I said, everybody knows this. We've all had that spirit. We've all had the spirit our whole lives, and it's like now we're able to put those pieces together. Now we were able to understand why these churches are set up the way that they're set up. We are mentally and spiritually free, exactly. And it's such a beautiful thing. It's just so refreshing to think about. Unplugged, exactly. Now we watch the movies like The Matrix, where you really understand that, how you're unplugged. You're not in that frame of thought anymore. You do not need a man to teach you. I said, I didn't really put it as eloquently, I guess, before. I said, as Brother D'Angelo did today, I said, but I've always known that, hey, I tell people all the time, hey, you can get the information I'm giving. I know some of it. And I feel like maybe that's why the Most High doesn't let me go so deep into so many different things. He has me actually, touch on this topic here, touch on that topic there, touch on this, touch on that, because then it's your responsibility to, if that calls you, for you to go deeper into it. If that calls you, that's your responsibility then for you to develop that relationship with the Father and go deeper into it. I guess I'm like more like your general ed teacher. I'm like your general ed instructor. Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. Hey, this sounds pretty interesting. Check this out. Hey, check this out. And then it's up to you to then dig deeper. And I said, and that's a beautiful thing. I said, Israel is absolutely an awesome people, and it's like we all have so many different talents. So, hey, I love to be able to listen to other people's videos. I love to be able to hear other people's perspectives. I listen to my boy, the 12, and he gives me his perspective on many things. Like I said, he's been into many different things way before I've got into it. He was into the Americas before I got into it. I said, Most High already had him doing those kinds of things before I got there. I said, he turned me on to Kurumeo a long time ago. I listened to my boy Yaquab years ago, and he was into the Nag Hammadi. And, and like I said, if you've read the Nag Hammadi or you touched on that stuff is no joke. I said, you start getting into all the book of the Essenes, no joke. You start getting into all these different books. I said, our people, like I said, very, very deep. Very deep. We can get in. What's a beautiful thing with the people that we have here is we can get into any topic. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that have a lot of information on that topic. You're going to have a lot of people that have a lot of information on whatever topic we comes up. Like it was a beautiful thing. I was seeing a lot of people. We were talking about the 82nd Airborne, right? And we had people like, oh, my husband was here, or I had a family member that's there, and and this is what this means, and and I said we all have so many people in so many different walks of life that we can get information on just about anything because of the way our people are, and it's a beautiful thing. Same thing like with the Kabbalah. Hey, Kabbalah is no joke. That stuff is deep. That stuff is not like, hey, I'm going to read this over the weekend. I got it. And I got to get it down. This is like a lifelong thing. Now, the more you start getting into these other books, start to realize, hey, you know what? Now I understand why it was a 20-year curriculum. I said, there's no way we can learn this stuff in a year. There's no way we can learn this stuff in 2 years. I'm learning about, like I said, the solar map. I do a video on that. I said, and how our body is connected with, the zodiac, but all these different things that have these correspondences and these other different things that have affect you a certain way here and affect you a certain way there. These books are 300, 400, 500 pages, and they just small print and a lot of information. So you start to realize that, hey, this stuff is no joke. But it shows you how you connect with nature, how nature is connected. And you say, this is our stuff. And I'm sure many people already know all this stuff because it's been given to them in the spirit already. How are we supposed to use our gifts our Father has given us? Well, you first got to find your gifts, right? And now you start to realize that now you know why the churches be like, nah, man, don't. What is it, Lord of the Rings? Oh, hell no, that's magic. Don't look at that. Harry Potter? Oh, God, don't look at that. Oh, you know what? Oh, rocks? That's the devil. Oils? That's the devil. Sage? Oh, God, that's the devil too. So you start to realize, like, oh, stars? Oh, that's the devil too. So you start to realize that if you did have, a gift of, astrology, something like that, if you had a gift of wanting to work with oils and rocks, you would never do it because the church would quench anything that the Holy Spirit had given you. If the Holy Spirit had given you certain kinds of, attributes that you'd be really good at, the church is right there to just give me that seed. I remember that parable about the seeds dropping on good ground and dropping on on bad ground, and devil being there quick to pick up them seeds. That's that church. Most High told you you're good at this. Church said, oh, no, we don't approve of that. So therefore, you're not going to do any of that. So you can see it. You can see it. Now you start to see how the church has been used to, quench anything that the Holy Spirit's given us. I totally agree with you, Larry. And many of us have had these gifts. Exactly. I totally agree. Quantum science and technology. There you go. And see, and when I have a question, I want to be able to go to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is. That's how it should be, right? And that's how it's going to be again. That's how it was before. We used to have our specialists, and we go talk to the specialists. But see, churches make it seem like, hey, what you guys talking about? You ain't no specialist. What are you talking about? You're specialist. You only specialize in coming to church on Sunday and listening to what the priest has to say. That's it. that's the only thing you can specialize in. You can come work at the church. You can be an usher. You can come do that. Exactly. They tell you to stay away from it. They eat it all up. Exactly. Always eating all that stuff up. They've been using all of our stuff behind closed doors. And I crack up with people still talking about how the Gentiles had, oh, that's a Gentile book. That's Gentile information. Bruh, when you start getting into these, like the stolen legacy, these dudes had nothing. They had nothing. In fact, like I said, they had to conquer. That's like, hold on, you're gonna come in, you're gonna conquer Egypt, and you're gonna force the the Egyptians to be your professors, but then tell people how you guys were the ancient Greeks and you had all this information. I said, and that just shows you that many of our people have not ascended. They have not realized that all this information that they have was yours. You still believe the lie that somehow you are at the bottom, you are not very smart, and that these Gentiles have to do everything for you, when it's been the total opposite. Like, I still, like my wife, I said, she's very, very smart. And when she was working, well, she still works, when she worked in a different field, like, they would just give her all of these different jobs. So pretty much when she ended up leaving the job, they had to hire 3 people to do the job that they gave her. And how many times has that happened to you guys? Where, you guys have a job and they just keep giving you all this stuff and you excel and achieve and this, and that. And then when you decide to leave, it's like, oh man, one person can't do this job. How the hell has she been doing all this stuff this whole time? We need to get 3 people to do this job, 4 people to do all the stuff that we have. That happens to us all the time, does it not? Is that not what happens to us all the time? Because like I said, that's how Jake is. And, they'll kill themselves trying to do the job. And I said that happens to us all the time. And that's how you can tell who Jake is. Jake will sit there and kill themselves trying to, trying to do the job, trying to, please massa, because that's how we are as a people. We're very pleasing. We want to do, the best we can. We want to do a great job. We don't want to be cheating, the system or whatever else, because it's innately in us. And no promotion. Exactly. Exactly. Oh yeah, that was another big thing too. Promising, oh, if you don't get your degree, we'll promote you, and you go get your degree, and you come back. Oh, did I say that? I didn't mean that degree. I mean, oh, I meant you need to get 2 degrees. But hold on, I'm only doing the job. Yeah, but no, even though you have a degree, you have all the qualifications, we're still not going to give you the job. We're still going to pay you half or 1/3. I said that's just how it is. And that's not how society has been this entire time. And then if you complain, you're the problem. But like I said, that's Israel for you, right? We can talk about anything, and everybody's gonna be like, "Yeah, me too. Yeah, I know exactly how that is." That's Israel for you. Changing the goalpost, exactly. Is that not Israel? Like I said, we can talk about anything. I said, this is what family's all about. You come together and you start talking about certain things, and it's like, oh yeah, me too. That's happened to me too. And it just goes off. You should be grateful just because we hired you. We let you work. Exactly. The hell you doing complaining? Yep. And yet train someone. They benefit exactly. Yeah, we hired this other person. I know you're leaving. We hired these other 3 people. We need you to train them all before you leave, please. Thank you. It's been great. I'm glad. Thank you for your service for the last 20 years. Thank you. Good luck. Good luck at your next job. Please train these people for me. I said, that's it. But that's Israel for you, though. I said, that's how we are, you know. So go out of our way. We try our best to, do the best we can. They don't appreciate it, I said, but that's okay. The Father sees. And that's why the things are happening the ways they're happening right now. We always excel, I said, because that's how we are as a people. And I said, that's a beautiful thing. Friday for no reason. Yeah, they do that too. Exactly. Exactly. All right, family. I'm going to let you guys go. It was a great hanging out this evening. Thank you for letting me talk. Thank you. I feel better now. And I'm more relaxed now. Thank you. I got that off my chest. I said these things that these churches have been doing to our people. I said, but it's beautiful seeing the fact that our Father is now turning His face back to us, and seeing Him fulfill His word, seeing Him release us from the abominable church, and seeing how He is calling us now to have a personal relationship with Him. And now everybody has their opportunity to, study to show thyself approved. Like those scriptures should now just be jumping off of the page now, jumping off out of the Bible. And it's a beautiful thing. You don't have to worry about somebody having to approve books for you, approved reading. We're not in a course, where you can only read these certain books for this course. The Most High, the whole world, is our classroom. All of this history that the Most High is releasing is all part of our classroom. And it's all ours, and we're all coming to get it. All praises to the Most High. All praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. We'll have candles on the next live. Shalom.